Out here with the Durban Demon, 13-time champion jockey and a 2-time winner of the Gold Cup, Douglas White. Thanks for joining us here, Douglas.
Always a pleasure.
Talk about your 2 Gold Cups, Ambitious Dragon, and even before that, Indigenous, both horses who were superstars of their time, weren't they?
Yeah, they were two totally different individuals. Ambitious Dragon just had an amazing turn of foot, very similar to Golden 60, and when he turned it on his day, he was unbeatable.
And Indigenous was one of the stars of the late 90s in Hong Kong racing, wasn't he?
He was. He was one of the horses that got me on the map for Group 1 races, and he was just a typical grinder that never lay down.
Let's talk about Golden 60 here then, because he is the hot favourite for the race. For Vincent Ho, what's going through his mind on a hot favourite leading into big Group 1, the weight of expectation? Everyone's watching him here.
Oh, look, there's going to be an immense amount of pressure on him, but he knows the horse well. He's obviously got a speed map worked out and a plan, and the horse is vulnerable over this distance, not running against his own age group. However, he's got an amazing turn of foot, and he's got gate 4, and he's got both Furore and Exultant drawn inside him, and he's just going to be sitting behind him and waiting for his horse to pounce.
And Exultant will be ridden here, of course, by Zach Pertnew, and Zach had a famous rivalry. You know him so well. When he's taking on Golden 60 here, small field, they look the 2 main hopes. What do you think he will do to try to expose potential weaknesses with Golden 60?
He's going to try and make Golden 60 stay. So he's going to take off. He's going to use Time Warp. He's going to sit behind Time Warp, get a nice run behind him, and then he's going to make Golden 60 stay. So that's what I would be doing if I was Zach, and he's a sharp enough jockey to be able to do that.
You've won all the big races at this 2,000 metre starting point here in Hong Kong. The first few hundred metres, what are you trying to achieve?
Well, you're trying to get a position, and you've got to get him to settle before you go up the hill. You've got to get him to sleep, and you've got to give him a rest. They generally in these 2000s, they start taking off at about the 500-600, and that's when you've got to be on the back of them and try to get onto the right horse.
Does Golden 60 win it?
I think so. I think he's brilliant. He's got that brilliance about him, and there's some stayers here that are going to, they're going to draw it out. But I think if Vincent sits on the back of them and sits for long enough, they're going to take him to where he needs to go, and he'll pick him up.
It's a pleasure to have your insight. Thanks, Douglas.
Thank you.
問阿偉大佢今次個10贏，好難話俾你聽唔係嘅，咁大家都一路贏開噶嘛，隻馬咁啊偉大贏個紅心威龍啦、原居民啦、金杯當年都好精彩啊！咁啊佢個都分析都幾詳盡嘅，咁啊咁出落14檔，咁應該走3位啦，時時精彩又喺度內側嘅，大家都係後追，不過時精彩再往前少少添啊！
咁啊睇下2重彩啦，如果1號行頭咧31蚊，如果2號行頭咧搭翻1號嘅12倍啊，都爭好遠啊！金槍60，
即係如果倒一倒啊，即係21嗰範就好分啲。
好分好多，差唔多有成3倍幾啊！
天滿意就回緊啲飛喎，8倍啊，86蚊。如果呂健威一對咧，一搭7條 Q 都唔好分嘅啫喎，70零蚊嘅啫都係啊。